Mia, Jake, and I were all really close in college. The three of us were inseparable back then. We studied together, ate together, went on trips, pulled all-nighters before exams, and were basically known as that trio everyone assumed would stay close forever. Somewhere along the way, Jake and I started dating, and Mia was genuinely happy for us, or at least that's what I thought. After college, life got busy. We all started working, schedules got hectic, and naturally, we didn't see each other as often as we used to. Jake and I were still together, and even though things weren't as exciting as they were in college, I thought we were solid. Mia was still in our lives too, just less often. We'd meet occasionally, like old times, and nothing ever seemed off enough for me to question it. Then small things started bothering me. Jake became weirdly protective of his phone. He'd angle the screen away from me, start smiling at messages, and then lock his phone the second I walked over. He also started mentioning Mia in random ways that didn't make sense, like he knew details about her day before she had told me. At first I told myself I was overthinking. They were both people I trusted the most. The idea of Jake and Mia betraying me together felt so absurd that I pushed the suspicion away. But my gut wouldn't let it go. One day, Jake told me he had to go handle something work-related. The story sounded off, and for the first time, instead of ignoring my instincts, I decided to follow him. I felt ridiculous doing it, like I was turning into one of those paranoid girlfriends from drama stories online, but then I watched him drive straight to Mia's house. I remember just sitting there frozen, staring at the front door, hoping there was some explanation that would make this make sense. Maybe Jake was helping her with something. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was about to embarrass myself for not trusting them. I waited outside for a while, and eventually left because I couldn't bring myself to storm in with no proof. But from that moment, I knew something was going on. A few days later, I got my proof. Jake left his phone in the shower while it lit up with a message preview from Mia. I know people love to act like checking a phone is the real betrayal, but honestly, at that point I already knew. I opened it and found everything. Weeks, maybe months of messages, flirting, meetups, inside jokes about me being too busy to notice, and entire conversations planning when they could see each other behind my back. The worst part wasn't even the cheating. It was how comfortable Jake and Mia were making me sound stupid. I was devastated, but more than that, I was angry. These weren't just random people. This was Jake and Mia. Two people who had looked me in the face, laughed with me, eaten with me, and acted normal while sneaking around. So I decided not to confront them right away. Instead, I made a plan to catch them red-handed. A few days later, I told Jake I had family plans and would be out most of the evening. Then I messaged Mia casually earlier that day, so she wouldn't suspect anything. Right on schedule, Jake said he was going out too, gave me some weak excuse, and left. I waited a bit, then went straight to Mia's house with one of my cousins because I wanted a witness, and honestly didn't trust myself to stay calm alone. Jake's car was outside. That was all I needed. I knocked, and when they didn't answer, I kept knocking until Mia opened the door, looking completely panicked. And there was Jake, behind her, in her house, looking like he'd seen a ghost. Neither of them even had a good lie ready. They just stood there caught. I lost it. I told them both exactly what I thought of them. I told Mia she was never my friend, and I told Jake he deserved whatever miserable relationship came out of this. Because if they could do this to me, they'd eventually do it to each other too. My cousin was standing there watching the whole thing, so neither of them could twist the story later. After that, I exposed everything to the people who mattered. Not in some messy social media way, but I told mutual friends the truth before Jake and Mia could rewrite the story and paint me as crazy. Then I cut them both off completely. Blocked, deleted, done. Losing Jake hurt. Losing Mia hurt even more. But losing both at once taught me something valuable. Some betrayals don't deserve forgiveness, closure, or a second chance. Sometimes the best thing you can do is let trash take itself out.